Ladies and gentlemen, trouble temporary. Please do not adjust your set. Oh, yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the studios here in beautiful downtown Beverly. Yes, sir, you are our studio audience tonight for our show, and I want to tell you right now that our TV show tonight has no changes whatsoever in any part of our program. Not like is normally found on your channel at home. Some of the TV shows are changing right, left, and center all the time. I just heard last week that the biggest change coming up for the fall is Barnaby Jones is going to be slipping into Dirty Sally's slot, and I don't think that's such a good idea. Oh, yeah. How are you? That's nice that you could come here. Hope you're drunk before halftime. We can throw you out. That's nice. Really good. But really, there are a lot of changes on TV today. And, you know, the Sonny and Cher, the feuding couple, well, Monty Hall invited them to appear on his show, Let's Make a Deal. Of course, you know what you have to do when you go on that show. You have to dress in costume. So Cher decided that she'd strip completely and put on a pair of black shoes and black gloves, and she'd go as the 5 of spades. Now, if you think about it for a while, it might sink in there. Anyway, you know, they really do. And the feuding doesn't just stop with Sonny and Cher. Maude and Walter were at it the other night, if you happen to watch. There they were feuding away over what they should do about, you know, burial, et cetera, and so on. And finally, Walter said, well, I'm going to order a tombstone. After getting real mad at Maude, he goes over and picks up the phone and he dials this memorial tombstone place and he says, listen, I want to order a tombstone. He says, yes, sir. What would you like to have put on it? And he says, put on it, here lies Maude, cold as ever. Well, boy, he hangs up the phone and Maude, she's really mad. She goes over and she dials up the same place. She says, listen, I want a tombstone order too. He says, yes, ma'am, what would you like to have put on it? She says, just put on it, here lies Walter, stiff at last. Hey, and educational TV is a big thing today, eh? Educational TV. I just read where next Monday night they're going to do a 3-hour documentary. 3 hours, entitled How We Circumcised the Jolly Green Giant. I suggest you watch that. You could pick up a few tips, I'll tell you that. It's good for that. And Frank Cannon, that private detective, he just signed a contract to do a Western. They were going to call it The Cowboy's Zipper Broke, but they decided they should call it They Found His Hangout. So, and, you know, Christine Jorgensen, you all know about her, eh? Well, she just signed a contract to do a movie called Peter Gone. But something came up, so they can't do that one right now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so isn't that great? Sir, is that a mustache, or did you bite off more than you could chew? Oh, boy. I'll tell you, isn't it the truth, though, today everything is just rising price-wise like something fierce. Well, I'll tell you, it's got so bad that I've had to take on a part-time job myself. About 2 weeks ago, I applied at a local downtown department store, and they said that they did have a vacancy in their lingerie department. Now, me, I know nothing from women's lingerie, but I needed the money real bad, and so they said that they would train me under one of their most experienced clerks. So I go into that department, and I'm just standing around watching what's going on, you see? And in walks this Texan, you know the type, bow-legged like this, you know, comes walking in there like he's got a rash from riding for weeks and weeks and weeks, you know. He comes in and he stands up there and he says, ma'am, I'd like to buy a girdle. And she says, well, would you like a latex? He says, ma'am, I sure would, but I don't think I got time. I'm double parked outside. So, anyway, she got him fixed up and he left, and then another young lady comes in and she says, listen, she says, I'll buy 12 pair of panties from your department right here if you do embroidery. And the lady said, well, yes, we have a special department right here in our store that does embroidery. And she says, what would you like to have embroidered on them? She says, put on there, if you can read this, you're too damn close. And she says, well, fine, how would you like that, in block or script letters? And she says, no, I want it in Braille. So, Anyway, we got her fixed up. I'm still not ready to take on this thing, the actual selling or merchandising. So I'm standing and watching as this guy comes in, and he goes up there and he says, "Say, lady, I want to buy a brassiere." And she said, "Oh, you mean a brassiere?" And he said, "Yeah, one of those things, that the harness thing there with holds them, that holds it up." And she says, "Yes, sir, what bust?" He says, "Nothing, it just wore out." So she says, no, you don't understand. Thanks for the clap." Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got another one over there. "Sir, are you alone or is the front of the horse outside?" Anyway, she says to him, no, you don't understand what I mean. I mean, what size? He says, "Oh, size, 7.5. She says, 7.5? That can't be. That's impossible. There's a 32, 34, 36, 38, A, B, C, D. That's how they come, They don't come at 7. He says, "It's a 7.5. She says, "I just told you, it's 32, 34, A, B, C. He says, "I know it's 7.5. And she says, "Well, how do you know it's a 7.5? He says, "Well, each one just fits inside my hat here." Anyway, I finally got my chance. This guy comes in, he says, "Oh gosh, am I glad you're working in here, He says, "I'd like to buy my wife a real frilly nice brassiere." And he says, "I'm a little squeamish about things like this." And he says, "I'm sure glad they got a man working in here." He says, "Because I find it much easier to talk to you." And I said, "Fine, sir, what size would you like?" And he said, oh, size, oh God, size. Let me think. I said, "Well, listen, are they perhaps like grapefruit?" Oh, no, not that big. No, man. Not like that. And I says, "Well, perhaps like oranges, maybe, large size oranges?" "Oh, no, not like oranges. No. I said, "Well, sir, how would you best describe them?" And he thought for a moment and finally said, "Sir, have you ever seen 2 raw eggs hanging on a nail?" So I sent him down. I said, "You don't need a brassiere, sir." And I sent him down to our drug department and told him to pick up a package of Band-Aids. That's about all he'd need for that. Of course, that's really something, I'll tell you, this day and age, all the young gals going braless. That's really sharp. I looked around the hall tonight as I came in, and I'll tell you, it's really something. And some of the older ladies, too, I see are going braless, too. And I'll tell you, I can understand why you're doing it, you older ladies. It takes the wrinkles out of your face, right? Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take you way down south into gay Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Beverly. Here he is, the mayor of Beverly.
Did you see the dancing?
Yeah.
Oh, they dancing like that.
Right.
There's Mexico dancing.
That's right.
There's
Boy.
Mexico.
Yeah.
I coming from the weather world.
That's right.
And I going on a holiday to the Mexico.
You are... Oh, that's why you got the matched luggage,
Oh,
huh?
yeah, see?
I see.
First,
Army, Navy.
First I going to the Army Navy, see?
To the boutique.
Yeah, and I get this new outfit for to go on the holiday,
Oh,
see?
look at that.
It's nice, huh? For the genuine gabardine,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And so you're going to Mexico for a holiday.
Yeah.
Tell me, have you ever been there before?
Never be. Well, one time I be on a wild weekend to Chipman.
To Chipman.
Yeah.
Once.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a
Well,
real...
I telling you that the Chipman sure fun place.
Oh, I know what you mean. I got a flat tire there once. Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, listen, so you've never been to Mexico?
Never be.
Well, do you know something else that Mexico's famous for besides senoritas?
No.
For the bullfight.
Yeah?
Sure. Don't you know anything about bullfighting?
They fighting the bull.
That's right, they do.
I never fighting no bull. Best thing I doing, I wrestling with Mama a little bit.
I know.
I never fighting no bull.
Oh, that's different. I'll tell you. You've never. Listen, they may ask you to come down and fight the bull. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh no! Hold it. No, not like that. Not like that. Listen. The first thing that you do is you stride into the arena.
Yeah, you just stride right in, huh?
That's right. And now you bow to the left, and then you bow to the right, and then you turn and throw a kiss to the Queen's box.
Did you say throw a kiss to the Queen's box?
That's right.
How far away is the Queen when I throw her this kiss?
Well, she's about 50 feet away.
Yeah? Well, you know, my eye is not good like they used to was, you know. Will I be able to see it?
Well, of course you'll be able to see it.
I have to throw kiss, huh?
That's right.
I couldn't maybe just sort of wink at it a little bit. Huh?
Listen. Now, she's the Queen, and she's got a beautiful box, all frilly and decorated.
Yeah, tell me, what does the King think of all this?
Well, he expects it. You see, he's sitting in the Queen's box.
Oh, boy, she's got a Lulu there, hasn't she?
As a matter of fact, the whole Royal Orchestra is sitting in the Queen's box.
Have they got their instruments out?
Well, of course they have. As a matter of fact, some of them are playing with them.
Oh, just bet they are, yeah.
All right. Now, the next thing you do is you whip out your muchacha.
Just whip it out, eh?
That's right.
In front of all those people?
Well, of course. They expect it.
You evil-minded bunch, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're the gallery, and they've come to watch you slay the bull. Now, the Queen strides down into the arena, and you lay your muchacha at the Queen's feet.
And get it all full of sand?
Ow. No. Now, the Queen picks it up, and she kisses it. And then she lays it back down again, and she steps on it.
Boy, that's gonna hurt like hell.
Oh, no, it isn't. She only steps on the end of it.
Oh, this good thing, you know. For a minute there, I thought she was gonna walk the full length of the damn thing.
No. Now, at the far end, a big gate opens, and a huge bull comes charging right at you.
Aha! That's when I get my buffalo gun, you know, and I aim and whoo, I get him.
No. Listen, there's no buffalo gun. No, there's no buffalo gun. All there is in that arena is you, your muchacha, and the bull.
No gun.
No gun. Now, as the bull rushes by you, you stick your muchacha in the bull.
Forget it.
Hold it. What do you mean? What's the matter?
I'm not sticking my muchacha in no bull, I'll tell you.
All right, now listen. Now the bull staggers around and he drops dead at your feet.
Died of disappointment, huh?
Ah. No, he didn't. Now listen, you've got a choice. Either you can leave your muchacha in the bull, or you can pull it out.
Well, if it's all the same with you, I think I'm going to pull it out.
Well, why?
Who knows? I just might meet a lovesick old cow on the way home.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Okay, there he goes. Reminds me of Jake and Abby. They're friends in business, and every year in the fall, Jake goes hunting. He goes hunting, and when he comes back from his hunting trip, Abby says to him, "So Jake, tell me what happened already when you're on your hunting trip there." He says, "Oh, Abby, such a deal I was on. You know, we get up in that north country up there. We're up there, we get this guide, and we're going off into the bush. I'm carrying my gun, I'm walking along like this. You know me, 20 feet in the bush, already I'm lost. So I'm walking along all by myself. All of a sudden I'm looking up. There in front of me, standing on his hind legs, is a great big bear. He takes one look at me and he makes a big growl. I turn around, I drop the gun, I run like hell. I'm running along and I'm looking back. That bear, he's right behind me. I'm feeling his hot breath on my neck. When all of a sudden I'm looking back again, he slips and he falls and I'm keeping on running. I'm running over top of this little hill. I'm looking back. There's that bear again behind me. He's behind me and he's so close that one of his claws just about ripped the clothes from my back off already. When I'm looking again there, he slips again and falls down and I keep on going. I'm going over top of the hill and through this slough on the other side there, get water up to my ankles and all the way out to the other side, and the bear is still coming. Next time I'm looking back, there he is, both hands out, ready to scratch my back from off and make it sandwich from me. So again, I'm looking back and he slips and he falls. I'm running, crossing over top of the hill, like going out on the cut line, and I'm standing there and I'm saying, "Boys, from the woods is coming a bear out. When he comes, you shoot him." So the boys, they shoot him. Oh, and Abe's sitting there and he's taking this all in. He says, "Oh, Jake, such a brave guy you are. That would have been me back there in the bush, chased by that bear all the time. Boy, such a mess I would have made all the way." Jake turns to me and says, "Abe, what the hell do you think that bear was slipping on all the time out there?" Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many of you are aware of the fact that I have been for the last 4 years practicing ventriloquism, which of course is the art of throwing your voice. And I don't claim to be professional at it, but it is sort of a hobby thing with me, and I like to do it, and I hope that you will bear with me. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like the crew to bring out my dummy Oscar here, and we'll give you a slight demonstration of... there. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my dummy Oscar.
Dummy?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you sure know how to hurt a guy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Anyway, Oscar here is my little friend, and Oscar has been going to school for some time now. And tell us, Oscar, what do you think of school?
I hate it.
What?
I hate school.
Well, why do you hate school?
Because all the stories in the books are dirty.
Oh, well, come on now. You can't tell me that. All the books and the stories are dirty?
Oh, dirty, dirty, dirty. In grade 1, nothing but dirty stories.
Oh, now, hold on a minute. In grade 1, dirty stories? You're going to have to prove that to me.
I have a book right here.
You have?
It's called Dick and Jane.
Dick and Jane? Oh, I know that book, and there isn't a dirty story in there.
Yeah? Well, listen to this.
All right.
Dick and Jane. Look at Dick go. Go, Dick, go. He is playing with Jane. What did I tell you?
Okay, go on.
Play, Dick. Play. Oh, you're damn right he'll play, yeah. Jane looks happy. I just bet she does, yeah. Happy, happy Jane. Jane is happy when Dick comes. Boy, if you think Jane is happy when Dick comes, how do you think Dick feels? See? Dirt, dirt, dirt.
Yeah.
Boy, that is some poetry, wasn't it?
Hold it, Oscar. That wasn't poetry. That was prose. You see? Do you know the difference? Let me define the difference between prose and poetry for you. Now, if I'd said, Mrs. Mulligan lives on a hill, she lived there long, she lives there still, now that would be poetry because it rhymed, you see? But if I'd said, Mrs. Mulligan lives on a hill, she lived there long, she lives there yet, it would be prose because it didn't rhyme. Now, Oscar, tell me, can you give me an example of the difference between prose and poetry?
Yeah.
Right.
Mrs. Mulligan went on a hunt. A bear came along and grabbed her by the...
Hey, now, just a minute here. Hold it. What?
Did you want prose or poetry on that one?
All right, now. Never mind. Never mind. Listen, do you have a nice poem for these people here?
Oh, I know a nice poem.
A nice poem?
Yeah, about little Jack Horner.
Oh, Little Jack Horner. Sure, I remember that one. Go ahead, recite it.
Little Jack Horner sat in the corner playing with Contrary Mary. He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, gee, what a funny cherry.
Listen, you. I'll bet you didn't learn that in school.
I learned that at recess.
I see. All right, now listen. Listen, do you really, honestly and truly have a nice poem for these people? Now, I mean a nice poem.
Oh, I know a nice poem about a bee.
Oscar, I don't trust you. Is it a real nice poem?
It's a nice poem all about a little bee.
All right, I'll warn you. If it isn't, back into the trunk with you.
It's a nice poem.
All right, let's hear it.
The little bee. Here's to the bee who stung the mule and started him to bucking. That same little bee stung Adam and Eve and started them to...
Hey, now, just a minute! Get him out of here! Come on, fellas, get him out of here! That's it! I don't care! I don't care! Yeah, computer operator. You know, these computer operators, a computer is a fantastic machine. This guy, he decides he's a new computer operator, and he was going to decide he's going to try out this thing. And so he writes down a question and punches a few buttons and puts it in the machine. And the question was, where is my father? And a whole batch of lights, et cetera, start going on and blinking and whatnot else. Finally, the computer speaks. Your father is out on Lake Wabamun fishing. Well, hell, he looked at that and he started to laugh. He said, well, I know different than that. My father's been dead for 10 years. He says, I've stumped the computer. The other guy said to him, no, maybe you didn't. Maybe there's another way you could put the question. So he says, why don't you put it down, where is the husband of my mother? So they did, and they fed that into the thing, and again, the lights started blinking and everything else, and all of a sudden the computer says, the husband of your mother has been dead for 10 years, and your father is still out on Lake Wabamun fishing. Ralph and Brucey had been living together for some time, and all of a sudden, one day, Brucey caught Ralph out with some other guy. So they went back home to the apartment and they started fighting,
And Brucey said, well, if you don't like it, that's it. Okay, we're splitting up right now. And he started rummaging through the closets and everything else, and he says, that dress is mine, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and grabbing everything up, and finally he says, and this tie is mine too. Or else says, hold it, Brucey. That's not your tie, that's my tie. I bought that with my own money. And he said, it is not, it's my tie. I bought this tie. And he says, it is not, it's my tie. And he says, well, I'll tell you, it's my tie, and if you don't like it, I'm taking it. If you don't like it, you can kiss my... He says, oh, now you want to kiss and make up, eh?
Straight from Kolotny's General Store in beautiful downtown Waggerville, we bringing you the one and only Christine Jorgensen.
Get back, Jack. You watch yourself. You watch yourself. That's right, folks. My name is Christine Jorgensen Jones Honey. But I didn't always used to be Christine Jorgensen Jones Honey. I used to be George Jorgensen, the switch hitter. I couldn't get a raise, so I went to Denmark and took a cut. That's right. I went to Denmark and had this operation, and that's how come I look so beautiful and gorgeous now. But the doctor who performed the operation on me got arrested for kidnapping. Yeah, they said he put the snatch on me. So therefore, I had to go back and appear at the trial. But the doctor was acquitted because the intern who was also present during the operation said that the first thing I said when I came out of the anesthetic was, "Make it snappy, honey." So I took a boat and was coming back here to Canada, you know, and on the boat I decided that because I was famous, I should write a book of memoirs. And so I wrote a book and I called it I Used to Be on Top, but it didn't sell too well. So then I wrote another book called How to Increase Your Income or Up Your Bracket. And it sold really, really well, and I made a lot of money, and I come back and I opened up a whole bunch of shops for women, you know, women's wear, and I was the first one to bring out the capris and the slacks with the pockets in them, you know, because I wanted to feel my change, you see. Anyway, one day I was working in this store, and this Hollywood agent come in, and he says, my, what's a pretty girl like you doing in a place like this? Why don't you get yourself a theme song and I'll handle you? And he's been handling me ever since. So I got me this little theme song, and it goes something like this. Be a change in the weather, a change in the sea. Since my operation, there's a change in me. My walk is different, my talk and my name. Nothing about me's gonna remain the same. I'll change my way of living, and heaven's above. I'll even change my way of making love. Nobody wants you when you're old and gay. I had some changes made and say they're really here to stay. When I went across to Denmark, none was tougher than me. But I'm not as cocky as I used to be. I was in neutral for oh so many years. Then that doctor came and shifted my gears. I went across to Denmark just to give it a try. But I came back abroad instead of a guy. So all you fellas, if you are in doubt, go see my doctor and cut it out. and have some changes made. Thank you.